What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski, and we're going to find out if the Union STR binding is a wise buy for you. So I always tell people that the Union STR is one of the best bangs for your buck when it comes to all the bindings out on the market these days. It's got a medium flex with their Duraflex base plate and high back. The high back's got a little bit of flexibility side to side, exactly where you need it, but when you lean back on it, it's still nice and sturdy. And then of course, like all Union bindings, it's linked with their extruded aluminum heel cups, so you can get playfulness where you need it under your feet and in your high back, but you're still gonna get a nice sturdy feel when you're pushing in and out of your turns. And then underneath, they've got their thermoform EXT bushing in the heel area. This gives you a little sturdier feel when you're leaning on your toe side edge, but as you're going back to your heels, it helps smooth it out a little bit. And it also goes down the middle of the binding, so when your board is flexing, it's helping the board to actually flex around the binding a little bit more, instead of having the binding go all the way down to the board and stiffening it up underneath your feet. And then when we go to the strap, it's their ExoFrame 3.0 strap. And this thing is pretty cool. It doesn't have any padding on it because it doesn't need it. The way that they've shaped this thing gives you all the comfort and reduces all the pinching and gets rid of any pain that you would have from the strap being tight on your boot. But since there is no padding, when you go from your heel side edge to your toe side edge, this thing doesn't stretch at all, so you get very, very fast reaction. And then this thing does mount with their standard camber disc underneath, so it is going to fit on any 4x2 or channel board. But if you are still running one of those older boards with just the 4x4 hole pattern, it's still gonna fit on those as well. But is the Union STR a wise buy for you? Well, this is traditionally for those beginner to intermediate riders who are just looking for a good all mountain, go anywhere, do anything binding. One of the coolest features of this is that a lot of these straps and pieces on this binding actually came from higher end bindings of Union's past. They basically came out with new straps for the high end stuff, and they kind of moved this stuff down, softened it up just a tad bit, and you're actually getting a lot of high end features on a binding that really doesn't cost that much. And that's why I always tell people this thing is a super good bang for the buck. And that being said, with the flex of this thing and all of those features, if you are a high-end rider, but maybe your budget's a little tight, this is a great way to get a binding that's gonna perform well on a higher end board without having to break the bank. But if you got any questions about anything that we talked about in this video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube, and make sure to check out any other locations, or just head on over to sunandski.com.